Oh.
Different cable.
We use different cable, yeah. So you won't be able to hear yourself while...
Oh.
Yeah.
Any better? Any better?
Does yours have 2 XLRs, does it?
What? Yeah.
Yours has 2 XLRs?
That's it, yeah. Oh, it'll be fine.
Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Perfect. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yes. First time I tried to use the head issue. Good evening, everyone. We're coming to you live from Penshurst Park in Sydney South to get your weekend started on the right foot with this weekend's Football New South Wales League One match of the round. Hurstville Zagreb, who have been on an incredible trajectory over the last 12 months, League Two champions in emphatic fashion last season, a 15-point buffer from second place, now looking to make their mark further up the New South Wales pyramid. Tonight, they play host to Inter Lions, premiers of League Two themselves back in 2022, ever present at this level ever since. Albeit with 2 losses from 2 to start the season, so they will certainly want a positive result out of today. 2 sides with points to prove early on in the season. It's sure to be an exciting affair here tonight. And we're here to take you through it all. My name's Cody Ojeda. Thank you for joining us on the Football New South Wales YouTube page for our League One match of the round. And joining me tonight is our League One writer and expert, Justin Smith. Justin, how are you doing tonight?
Viewers, good to be here. It's an exciting occasion, particularly to host us for Zagreb tonight.
Of course, it's been a little while since we've been able to live stream one of their games as well, so a massive moment for the club to be able to put themselves out in front of a wider audience, speaking to some members of the clubs. A little bit early on, they were certainly excited to be in front of a wider audience tonight. We'll take you through the lineups as Inter Lions make their way out onto the pitch. For Hurstville, we're expecting a 4-4-2. Matt Nikolovsky will wear the gloves in goals. At the back, we have Declan Sheldon and Dina Stathiel on either fullback role. Daniel Marash and Luka Vlastelica, the centre-back pairing for Hurstville today. Matthew Morridge, George Antonis, Captain Paul Gagro and Michael Neal will take up the midfield spots. And Mohamed Ahmed and Alessandro Lacalandra, the 2 up top. On the bench for Hurstville, Jeremy McCarthy, Andre Guzman, Michael Vakis, Jesse Gagro, Jonathan Marash, Nagib Kassir, and new signing, and this is probably the headline going in today, former A-League player Connor O'Toole. Justin, what a pickup that is for Hurstville.
Yeah, it was late signing in the window.
Deadline day, of course.
Yeah, smart signing.
Yes, it's one.
Forward to seeing him.
Yes, of course. Starting on the bench today, so hopefully we do get to see him make his debut in the white of Hurstville Zagreb, as you can see out there. For Inter Lions, in goals, it's Evan Davis. Another side we're expecting to line up in 4-4-2. Alessio Sensi, Rainer Schmal, Owen Duke, and Ned Armson, the back line for Inter Lions tonight. Freddie Clunas, Brian Jumba, Mikey Manyun, and James Andrianakakis in the midfield roles, and Malcolm Ward and Mitchell Smith, the duo up top. On the bench for Inter Lions, James Curry, Patrick Scibilio, Patrick Foraker, Antonio Caruana, Marcus Pisano, Orlando Triluco, and Kobe Moore. And Justin, I'll throw it to you for this one. Inter Lions, obviously not the most ideal start, and it's being compounded by the fact that they are going through somewhat of an injury crisis now as well. Gianni DiPizio, probably the headline with a major injury for the side.
Yeah, an unfortunate casualty of round 1. He tore his anterior cruciate ligament. So we wish him the best with his recovery, and they had another long-term injury last week.
Yeah, it's not the best of times for Inter Lions. And, of course, as we mentioned at the top of this broadcast, 2 losses from 2 to start the season. So we've got, I guess, 2 sides with points to prove. Hurstville continuing a hot run of form they had last year. As I said, 15 points they won the league last season by. 2 draws to start the season, undefeated, which is something that they'll definitely take. But I guess a game like today where there's an opportunity to capitalise on the side going through a rough patch of form, they'll definitely want 3 points. Whereas on the other side, we've got Inter Lions, who maybe not desperately need 3 points. It's only round 3. We've got a lot of football ahead of us, but it's definitely not ideal to start with 3 losses from 3 to start the season, is it?
Yeah, it's a long season, so they've had to make some adjustments with those injuries, and we'll see what they are tonight.
Of course. It'll be interesting to see how Inter Lions do come back from that mini injury crisis and how they, I guess, adapt as we wait for the teams to take their positions. Referee Rowan Fisher will take us through the proceedings. But Justin, what are you expecting from tonight? How are you expecting this match to play out?
Well, Hurstville have a really good record at this venue. I think the last defeat was in 2024. And against the Jets in round 1, I was here. They impressed me. They've got a game suited to this venue.
Of course.
Set up particularly out of possession.
A unique field as we get underway here for our Football New South Wales League One match of the round. Cody Ojeda on the call tonight with our Football New South Wales League One rider, Justin Smith. And just talking about the pitch that we have here at Penshurst tonight, it is quite a narrow pitch. Hurstville obviously well suited to it, and it's up to the away sides, I guess, to make sure they adapt as they see fit. Hurstville is getting us started with an early bit of possession, trying to get some space down the left-hand side. Cross coming in, looking for Lakalandra in the middle. That is full across the end, sails over the crossbar into Lions. Have the first, I guess, set piece opportunity, if you want to call it that, of the night, a goal kick. Back underway quickly into Lions are. Happy to slowly step out from the back. James Andrianakis helping into Lions keep possession early on here. Hurstville starting a press there through Lakalandra. And into Lions were almost able to beat it. Hurstville able to turn over possession quickly, have the chance to create something, and a few Hurstville hands go up. They're anticipating a foul from Owen Duke there of Inter Lions. Referee happy to wave play on until the ball eventually did roll out, and there is a Hurstville player now down with, I guess, what you can consider a heavy knock. Nothing untoward in that. The referee will allow him to just get back to his feet, make sure he's okay. Hurstville get us underway from a throw-in. They're attacking third, so a bit of early pressure from the home side. Hurstville, of course, their traditional all-white strip. Into Lions in the blue and black stripes as their namesakes are. And George Antonis gets a chance early. That's well saved there from Evan Davis. As I was saying, into Lions in their stripes, blue and black, similar to their namesake Inter Milan, over on the other side of the world in Italy. Jumba. Into Lions, happy to hold possession. Jumba back with the ball. Schmal back to his goalkeeper. Into Lions, happy to hold possession. They were under a little bit of pressure. Now the long ball comes from Schmal. That's picked out well by the Hurstville defence. Sheldon just try and chase it down, make sure it goes out. Into Lions do get the throw. Into Lions with the ball now. Manyun. Back to Owen Duke with the armband for Inter tonight. Schmal. Schmal gets the ball to his front line. It's one back very quickly though by Inter, and Inter straight on the attack through Lakalandra. Lakalandra just being held up by Duke. Back through Gagro, back to Lakalandra. Under a little bit of pressure now, trying to find his way past Duke, and that's a heavy challenge there from Duke. Referee happy to wave play on. Into Lions, struggling to find a way forward, being forced back into their left-hand corner. They do find a way past the press, and long ball forward now for Andrianakis. 1-on-1 with Sheldon, skips past. Manyun. That's one back very well by Hurstville through Michael Neal. Neal just trying to get a ball forward, unable to find a teammate. Into Lions, once again happy to just sit on the ball.
Both teams prepared to go a bit more direct route.
Yeah, we've seen it a little bit from Inter. Obviously there's patches, as we're seeing now, where they're happy to hold on to the ball, but best believe when the moment comes up for someone like Freddie Clunas to get in behind, they're going to take it. Pass from Schmuel, unable to find Sensi.
The security in this Inter Lions lineup with Owen Duke and Brian Yamba in particular. They've played different positions in the past.
Yes. That versatility is going to be key as they go through this injury crisis as well, isn't it? Vlastelica for Hurstville. Ahmed dropping deep to receive it. Long ball comes through for Neal. That's headed away by Armson. Onions trying to gain control of it in the middle. Hurstville able to come away with it. Sheldon looks back to his fellow defenders. Marish through to Vlastelica. Vlastelica finds Eustachio. Eustachio back to Vlastelica. Ahmed making sure Hurstville's able to control possession in the middle. Gagro with a cross from the right-hand side. Finds the feet of Lakalandra. Lakalandra's trying to get a bit of space. And Antonis is brought down on the edge of the box. Referee waves play on. That, in the end, trickles to the feet of Evan Davis. He's happy not to pick it up and continue with side's possession. Sensi. Shmal. Happy to walk it out of his defensive third. Clunas dropping deep almost into that left back role to receive the ball. Beats Gagro. Can't get the pass off though, and Hurstville have it again. Opportunity for Hurstville to get themselves forward. Back to Sheldon. Hurstville choose to maintain possession. Starting to, I guess, lose a little bit of that early intensity we did have. Marish. Long ball now. Looking for Michael Neal. Headed away. Into Lyons. On occasion, struggling to get it out of their defensive third. That press from Hurstville, I guess we're starting to see quite early. And that's something you mentioned you've seen them in previous games this season as well. They're happy to play on the front foot, even in the defensive phase.
Yeah, definitely. The players up top have got a good work rate about them. And I think you're seeing a case of two sides who haven't played each other in a long time, just trying to feel each other out.
Hurstville with the ball through Gagro. Sheldon making a run down the right-hand flank. He receives the ball now. Sheldon, last touch does come off the Hurstville fullback, who did make a marauding run forward. No foul from Sensi, says the referee, and it will be an Inter-Lions goal kick. Schmal. Back to Clunas. Back to Sensi. Sensi looking for his forwards. Trying to find Mitch Smith there and was unable to. Hurstville now with the opportunity to go forward themselves. Gagro. Gagro shaping up for a cross. Closed down early. Cuts it back onto his left. The cross does come in. It's off the head of Lakalandra. The Lions are able to deal with it on this occasion. One more coming for Smith. Smith is trying to get control of it. Hurstville able to handle that. Marish has been forced a little bit forward out of his back line. And the pass from Nikolovsky a bit wayward there. Marish wanting it to feet. Nikolovsky assuming that he was going to drop deep again for it. Back into his position, but it's gone out for an Inter-Lions. So it's a little bit of a cheap giveaway. It puts Inter-Lions in a good position. They haven't created too much today, but this may be an opportunity for them to do so. Only 8.5 minutes here at Penshurst Park, still as we started. Hurstville able to turn it over there through a nice bit of physicality. And Tonis cuts onto his left. Goes for goal. That's just wide. The referee, Rowan Fisher, will bring it back. Have a talking to Manyun. Mitch Smith as well want to get in that conversation.
Season. Quite impressive pickup for a team at this level.
Definitely a high-profile name, a former captain of the Wanderers NPL side not too long ago, playing for Hurstville after a small break away from football. Into Lions looking for a way forward. Hurstville continuing with that heavy pressure. Into Lions forced to go back through Owen Duke. Schmal. Sensi looking forward for Smith. Smith's trying to hold the ball up there. Almost gave the ball away. Did give the foul away though. Chance for Hurstville now to go forward. Free kick's taken short. Hurstville happy to hold possession. Just waiting for the opportunity forward to open itself up. Gagro. Goes short to Antonis. Antonis turns it over to Yumba. Now Smith. Chance now for Inter Lions to get themselves into their own attacking third. Pass there from Andrianakis. A little bit too much in the end. Hurstville will have their first goal kick of the evening. Restart comes quickly. It's Vlasilica. Ahmed dropping in between his two centre backs for Hurstville to maintain possession. And Vlasilica happy to step forward. Long ball comes, looking for Michael Neal. That's defended really well there by Ned Armson. Does give away a corner though. Tonus will go over to Hurstville's left-hand side to take it. Played short. Ahmed on the edge. Whips it in. That's a nice fist there from Evan Davis. Not cleared danger yet. And the shot there from Lakalandra does see it wide. A nice bit of pressure there from Mikey Manyun to force a shot wayward. Evan Davis, who a little bit off his line after that initial clearance. Be thankful for the intervention from his fellow teammate. Owen Duke trying to find a way forward for Inter Lions. Back to Davis. Since he on the near touchline, trying to drop back as a potential option too. Duke now with the pass forward. Doesn't quite catch it well though. Hurstville's able to turn on the ball. Lakalandra now with space ahead of him. Will he choose to shoot itself? It doesn't. Antonis trying to find his way in behind. No, and Duke's able to come across and alleviate the danger temporarily. He's forced into the corner and a little bit of physicality there between him and George Antonis. The referee's happy to wave it on. Hurstville do get a throw though. Declan Sheldon has come right up his flank to take it. Back with Sheldon. Ahmed. Cross comes in. Cleared by Armson. And cleared by Armson again. Andrianakis trying to chase it down for Inter Lions. Continuing the pressure on this Hurstville back line, and does force Hurstville to run the ball out of play. Throwing for Inter Lions on the far touchline.
Yeah, it's been an encouraging start for Inter Lions defensively. After last week, shipping 5 goals against Canterbury Bankstown, they look a bit more settled.
Hurstville now with the ball. Gagro. Pass forward from Marash. Straight over the near touchline. Clunas trying to gain a few metres. Referee making sure that doesn't occur. Forces a retake. And it's back to Schmale. Duke. To Armson on his right-hand side. Armson will be the one to play the long ball to Smith. And pass looking for Andrianakis. Isn't able to find his fellow teammate. Hurstville will get us restarted with a short goal kick. Marash to his centre-back partner, Luka Vlasilica. Vlasilica happy to hold the ball up, wait for the option forward, and it does come. The referee will pull it up for an offside though. It's the Lions with a free kick. After a bit of intensity in the opening minutes, especially the opening 8, both sides definitely starting to settle. Maybe a bit of game management at play, just trying to make sure they feel each other out. Manyun has an opportunity to take advantage of some space. Look at Vlasilica, make sure that danger's cleared. Into Lions with the ball now through Yumba. Referee judged that to be over physical there from Antonis. Into Lions just inside their attacking half. Have a free kick opportunity. Yumba happy to wait for his teammates to make their way forward. Looks like it's going to be a cross coming in from deep. as opposed to the short set pieces we've seen so far today. Cross comes in from Yumba. And Smith's the one who rises highest. That headed straight into the grateful gloves of Matt Nikolovsky. Hurstville looking to go forward through Ahmed. Pass to Moric is sent backwards to his back line. Marish, the ball over the top, looking for Sheldon. Just overhit that slightly. Straight to hands of Evan Davis. Davis again. Back to Duke. Sensi coming into the midfield area, just trying to create a bit of overload. A forward pass from Minter. It's turned over. Hurstville maintain possession through Nikolovsky. Estathio. Long ball over to Sheldon. Sheldon's got a few options in there. Antonis making a late run. He chooses Lakalandra. Ball comes back to Gagro. On Jed's box, Ahmed, and that's in! We have the opening goal of the game. And just as we're talking about Inter-Lions navigating the pressure from Hurstville, Hurstville break the deadlock. It's 1-0 to the side in white.
Not much they could have done about that there. It was a great strike from Ahmed with the late run coming into a dangerous area.
Beautiful strike to find the top right corner there. Inter-Lions, who have been resolute so far in this match, now have to work their way back into it. 1-0 to Hurstville, and their, I guess, bright start, you could say, in League One continues.
Indeed. I mean, on the face of it last week, it was a draw against Rydalmere, but Rydalmere, good side.
Rydalmere had that impressive win, 5-4 over Bankstown City Lions in round one.
So that result, the draw last week, gave him a lot of confidence.
We're seeing that confidence on show now. The shot like that from Mohamed Ahmed.
Yeah, and they could have well have won last week as well. They had a man advantage and they had their chances.
Hurstville showing early on they certainly belong at this level. Inter-Lions with the ball through Duke. Lakalandra blocking the passing lane back to his goalkeeper. Shmal look for the long ball to Andrianakis. Nikolovsky puts enough pressure on to make sure. Can't do much about it.
Yeah, there's something to be said about how they built the squad as well in the off-season. Like, there's a good balance of players who were here from last year and their success then, and new players to strengthen and raise the quality.
Nikolovsky, about to take the goal kick, probably one of those new players that can bring that added quality. That Mounties Wanderers last year bounced around the NPL system and spent some time in the US in their college system as well. Lakalandra chases a loose ball. Hurstville focusing on maintaining possession now. Long ball over the top from Marish. Can't quite find Michael Neal though on the left-hand side. Inter-Lions will be hoping the rest of the afternoon's a little bit more like that rather than what we saw from Hurstville's last attack. They're just approaching 19 minutes here at Penshurst Park, and it's the home side, Hurstville Zagreb Football Club, who lead here 1-0 over Inter-Lions. Just wait for the ball to come back into play. No spare match balls on that far touchline. The ball comes across from the near touchline. Inter-Lions get us underway again. Moric trying to find a forward pass. Inter-Lions force a turnover. They get thrown to Armson. Back to Duke. Goes back to his goalkeeper, Evan Davis. Schmal pushing out a little bit wider than what he probably would have liked to, and Hurstville do get a turnover. Lakalandra trying to find his way in behind. Late tackle there from Schmal. Does get the ball. Lakalandra thought there might have been a little bit too much left on himself. The referee waves play on. It's the Lions trying to find their own way forward now. Clunas. Yamba. Yamba still with it. Can't quite get the pass off. And the referee will pull it back for a free kick on an earlier challenge. And Hurstville's captain, Paul Gagro, just asking the question regarding the giving of that foul and the, I guess, not giving of the earlier challenge on Lakalandra. Yamba stands over this. Once again, looking for a cross from deep. Paul Gagro, the one-man wall for Hurstville. Yamba delivers for Inter. It's cleared away by Morich. And cleared away once again by Neil. And now there is a spare match ball on that far touchline. Into Lions with the throw. Now attacking third. Chance to create something, potentially find a way back into this one. It's cleared away by Hurstville again.
Yeah, this is how I imagine they will try to build pressure with repeated throw-ins, corners, set piece.
Wonder how long it'll take before Hurstville maybe stop trying to give those away as well. Hurstville so far today happy to clear it under a bit of pressure. The late challenge there from George Antonis. Referee, make sure he doesn't get away with that. Will be another free kick for Inter. Now it looks like Michael Manyun on the floor in a bit of pain. Manyun still getting treatment. Yamba picking up the ball, making sure he's ready for the set piece when his teammate is given the all clear. Bit of growing frustration for Hurstville. It's a couple of times they've now been pulled up for some cheap fouls. Maybe a bit of frustration built up from them not receiving them earlier on in the match. Maybe a small problem brewing for Rowan Fisher, our referee today. Referee gives a signal. Cross comes in for Inter. That's cleared away quickly by Hurstville. Looking for Clunas on the side. Clunas just trying to drop it in for an on-rushing teammate. Does go out for a goal kick. There's Ned Armstrong getting himself quite forward there on the opposite flank to where he's playing as well.
Brother Sam was actually the big departure from Interlions to NWS Spirit, and that was an encouraging sign for the club.
Yeah. Long ball over the top from Hurstville. Lakalandra trying to find a way to bring it down. And Evan Davis right on the edge of his box there. Able to collect it. Had to time that extremely well. One misstep and he's carrying that out of his 18-yard box. Into Lions. Trying to hold possession. Their back line. Long ball does come now from Owen Duke. Clunas trying to play pass off with his chest. Doesn't come off initially, but Into Lions do get a throw for their efforts. Schmal. Calling for a teammate to come short. Andrew Narcus answers the call. Back to Schmal. Longer pass looking for Smith. Initially intercepted by Hurstville, but it's back with Yamba. Duke. Nice bit of skill there to alleviate the danger. Schmal. Andrew Narcus. Goes back to Schmal via Yamba. Yamba looking for a way forward now. Unable to find it. deep in line with his back line. Into Lions trying to find their way forward through Malcolm Ward. Hurstville now with the ball. George Antonis can't get himself past Owen Duke. Smith holds the ball up successfully. Clunas still with the ball. Poor pass there looking for Mannion. Into Lions do regain possession. Ward chasing the loose ball. Stuffy was able to collect that, and Hurstville almost with an opportunity to go forward through Morich. Morich chooses a safe option to go backwards. Stuffy. Diagonal ball looking for Antonis. Over hit, straight to Small. Schmal. Duke. Back to Schmal. Into Lions. Under a bit of pressure now from Lakalandra. Forced to go long. Hurstville's able to handle that with ease. Schmal with a header forward for Into Lions. Deflects off Gagro, who looks a little bit frustrated with being unable to get that under control. SNC will get us restarted with a throw-in for Into Lions on their left-hand flank. Goes long. Looking for Smith. Finds Smith. Andrianakis making the run from midfield off him. Clunas overstretches. Referee happy to let it go, and pass forward from Yumba goes behind Andrianakis. Positive signs we're seeing from Into Lions. They've had to navigate some periods of heavy pressure, but when they have the ball, it's just that final pass in the front third that they're missing at the moment, isn't it, Justin?
Yeah, at the same time, it's looking a tricky task, isn't it, to break down this two banks of four in the Hurstville defence.
I'll get another goal now. Mannion. The late challenge there from Hurstville. Michael Neal, the culprit there. Into Lions get a free kick now in dangerous position, this one. Just outside the box.
You would say about 25 yards?
25 yards. Shooting distance, you reckon, Justin?
I think so, yeah. Looking at the man over it.
James Andrianakis. One of the three Into Lions players over the ball as Paul Gagro makes sure nothing happens too quickly. Yumba steps away from it now. Looks like Malcolm Ward. The other one was Andrianakis to take. And that's one Matt Nikolovsky can watch over with ease. Just to your point before that foul as well about trying to break this Hurstville side down. If there's one thing that has been definitely very impressive about their start to life in League One, it is definitely how they set up. Only one goal conceded in 2 games. A clean sheet in their opening round match against Newcastle Jets Academy. Into Lions will have their work cut out for them moving forward. Loose ball being chased down by Andrianakis. Daniel Marash making sure he can't go further forward. And there's a late challenge there from Andrianakis. Bit of frustration. That'll be the first booking of the night. Into Lions probably giving away the lesser of the fouls so far today, but they'll be the side with the first name going into the referee's book, aside from the goal scorer, of course.
Yeah, that was a pretty clear yellow card, wasn't it?
Bit of frustration peeking through from James Andrianakis there. Andrianakis, who looks like he's moved into that front two alongside Mitch Smith. Malcolm Ward taking a spot up on the right-hand flank on the far touchline to where you're watching from. Just ticking over the half-hour mark here at Penshurst Park. Hurstville Zagreb lead proceedings here, 1-0 to Inter Lions. Clearance forward from Mohamed Ahmed, trying to find Lakalandra. A small shove in the back there from Shmail. Referee happy to wave play on. Michael O'Neill holding the ball up. It's the feet of Paul Gagros. Cut inside, trying to find a bit of space in the middle. Into Lions, able to deal with that. And Sensi is going on a nice little run himself. George Antonis coming back to rescue it for Hurstville. Will be a throw for Inter. Sensi with a long throw. Back to Clunas. Manyun. Trying to find Andrew Narcus, and he's brought down now. Referee judges it to be illegal. Look at Vasilisa, the culprit. And will be another Inter Lions free kick. A little bit further back this time, so it'll be Yumbo again to stand over, looking for the cross. And he's joined by Malcolm Ward there as well. Referee's given the signal, just waiting for the ball to come in. Floated in by Yumba. Cleared by Hurstville initially. Danger's not away yet. Now it is. Ward. A little bit deep after lining up for that set piece as well. Ball goes over the far touchline. It'll be an Inter Lions throw.
Yeah, just to make a point, the challenge Inter facing here, Hurstville only conceded 8 goals, I believe, in last season, in League 2.
Hurstville.
That was a quick count, so it may not be really accurate, but...
There's a ball that's coming in for Inter Lions now. It is cleared by Hurstville. The referee will bring it back for a foul on Marish. On March, sorry. Hurstville teammates believing there should be a little bit more as a punishment for that challenge. As you're saying, Justin, Hurstville side clearly show they can be a strong side defensively, a tough side to break down. Is there anything different you want to see from Inter Lions to try and work their way back into this one?
I think they have to make the most of the transition moments which they are presented with. Mind you, a lot of the game is being played in their attacking half, isn't it?
It has been so far, but I guess you can say a lot of that is Hurstville just trying to make sure they dominate the possession statistics too. Inter Lions, a chance to play out. They choose to go back to their defensive line. And Ned Armstrong under a bit of pressure there, but does force a throw in for his side. It will be a long throw from Inter Lions. We saw in the opening stages of the match they were happy to maintain possession in their defensive third as that press comes from Hurstville again. Inter Lions able to alleviate it this time, but definitely seeing different Inter Lions as we get further into this first half. We're approaching 34 minutes here at Penshurst Park, but we are starting to see more of that Route 1 football from Inter Lions as well, aren't we?
Yeah, indeed.
Long throw from Hurstville, looking for Lakalandra, and Lakalandra does gain possession. And it will be a free kick for Hurstville. I think Owen Duke thought he may have been the victim in that situation. Referee calling him over. It did almost look like a 50-50 at first, but Rowan Fisher's given the advantage to the attacking team, which, as we know, refs are inclined to do on most occasions. Hurstville may be the beneficiary here. They've got one goal from just outside the box today, as it looks like Lakalandra goes into the book himself. Possibly for his protest after the foul. Gagro and Antonis. Over this one for Hurstville. Not many free kick opportunities for them today, but they've got one now in, I guess you could say, an ideal position. Will be Antonis to whip this one as the cross. That's cleared by Owen Duke. Only as far as Sheldon. Sheldon on his weaker foot, and that was a close one there. Evan Davis may have been a little bit worried, but he'll be happy to see that one over the bar. Schmal. Sensi. Vlastelica able to get a header away there under some heavy pressure, and now Moritz will try and find a way forward. Turned over to Inter. Inter had their own chance to go forward. Not for long though. Gagro now with the ball for Hurstville. Sheldon moving forward once again. Gagro. Back to Ahmed. Ahmed finds Sheldon in a good spot there. Sheldon cutting in onto his left. And Moritz trying to use his body to fashion out a chance. Into Lions able to clear. That's back with the back line of Hurstville. Marsh now. For the long ball forward. Looking for Neil on Hurstville's left-hand side. Neil's able to bring that down quite well. Past one into Lions defender. Can't get past the second. There will be a corner, and the referee will just hold proceedings here to have another conversation. This time with Ahmed. Corner now for Hurstville. Slipped in. A few players in there for Hurstville, and they're able to pick up the second ball. Into Lions do clear it on the third. Clunas looking for Andrianakis on the far right-hand side for Inter Lions. Closed down quickly though by Hurstville. Essentially just waiting for an option. Referee making sure the throw is taken from the right spot. Back underway. Yumba trying to gain control of the ball in the middle. It's a expertly timed tackle from Moric. A heavy challenge there from Schmal. The referee will bring it back for a free kick on Lakalandra. Lakalandra wants to have a conversation following that. A few of the Hurstville players surrounding the referee in support of their teammate. Once again, asking for something a little bit more from that. Approaching 40 minutes here at Penshurst Park. Still Hurstville 1, Inter Lions 0.
Yeah, I was about to say, Hurstville are doing a really good job at that recovery defence phase, winning the ball back after losing it, as we've seen in the last 5 minutes, as they've controlled field territory.
Yeah, every time Inter Lions have tried to find a way to play out short from the back, Hurstville's been on hand to apply an early pressure. And the turnover time for them will be very short, something that'll please coaching staff. There's Gagro over this one for Hurstville. Lifted over to the far post, and that's in the hands of Evan Davis. Manyun able to get the touch forward. Finds Clunas. Clunas trying to cut back to Sensi, running off him on the left-hand flank. Pass does go behind him. Declan Sheldon happy to move forward out of the traditional right-back spot, as he's done a fair bit today. Ahmed. Back to Sheldon. Sheldon not happy with the options around him. Goes all the way back to Nikolovsky. Moric under pressure there from Manyun. It's Inter Lions' turn to put on some early pressure. Can't quite maintain it though, and Schmal sends the ball back into Lions' way. Smith trying to get control on the edge of the box, and it's Manyun who does so. Back to Sensi. Yamba able to turn his defender. Still Yumba. Forced to go back to Smile. Sensei, a lovely little touch there. Can't get past shoulder though, but beautiful little bit of skill there to get himself at least into that position. Manyun. Sensei. Back to Manyun. Manyun finding space, opening up in Hurstville's midfield. Loses possession momentarily, but Interlions do have it back. Sensei gets the ball into the box. That's over here for Andrianakis to try and bring down. Hurstville will happily take their time before restarting this. Interlions back with the ball. Manyun. Hurstville do get a turnover in midfield. Pass forward from Antonis. Unable to find a teammate. Interlions go backwards with the throw. Duke. Long ball from Duke, looking for Smith. Nikolovsky's on hand to claim that first. Dangerous run there, though, from Mitch Smith.
Yeah, he has quite the goal scoring record in this division. The club that comes to mind was North Shore Mariners, I believe, back in the day.
Mitch Smith, an obvious dangerous force up top for Interlions. Lakalandra coming deep to receive the ball and trying to get a flick on for George Antonis, but linesman will bring it back for offside. Duke. Sensei. Back to Smile. Manyun. Able to find Clunas. Clunas brought down late there by Sheldon, and the referee will bring it back after initially trying to play advantage. Not too many arguments about this one from Hurstville. And Clunas will stay down with a little bit of a knock. Does look a little bit worse for wear after that. Referee making sure Interlions don't get restarted before he's ready. Ryan Fisher just making sure he's got his authority on this match. Duke. Back to Davis. Duke. Duke for the long ball over the top. Finds Sensei. Manyun. A bit of pressure behind him. Forward ball comes quickly. It's Clunas now on the left-hand side. Cross comes in from Clunas. Hurstville able to handle that. Michael Neal just trying to find a way forward. Does deflect out for a throw.
There have been some encouraging signs for Interlions down this left-hand side in the last few attacks.
Slowly working their way back into this one. Just need that elusive goal now, and maybe, as I said earlier, as well, that final pass in the front third. Long throw from Interlions. Headed away. We get a second bite of the cherry. Yumba. Trying to get a pass forward for Malcolm Ward. Ned Armstrong as well making a run forward. He moves back into position as we wait for Hurstville to get us restarted. Hurstville taking their time with this as we close in on 45 minutes here at Penshurst Park. Bit of pressure there for Interlions to deal with. They're able to beat it though. Clunas, some space to work with. Tries to find Manyun. Manyun gets some space in the box. That last pass hit behind Mitch Smith. It may have been one of the better chances Interlions have been able to create today from open play. Gagro taking advantage of the advantage call from the referee. Hurstville trying to find a way in behind Armson. The referee will bring it back for that interaction there. It will be the yellow card for Ned Armson for an earlier foul. Into lines. Wasting no time getting us restarted. Into added time here in the first half at Penshurst Park. It is Hurstville 1 into Lions 0. Thanks to that beautiful goal from Mohammed Ahmed. And Slakalundra now with an opportunity to double Hurstville's advantage. Gilt edge opportunity there for Lakalundra. That would have been a perfect way for Hurstville to end the first half here at Penshurst Park. But they'll still be happy, the two sides, going into the break here at Penshurst Park. Hurstville 1 into Lions 0, thanks to a goal from Mohammed Ahmed. We'll be back shortly for the second half. Welcome back to Penshurst Park as we wait for Hurstville Zagreb to take up positions on the right-hand side of this pitch. Just a reminder, it is Hurstville 1, Interlions 0. Goal from Mohammed Ahmed. The 17th minute has the hosts ahead so far today. My name's Cody Ajita. I'll be taking you through the proceedings for the rest of this match as the weather, unfortunately, has taken a slight turn for the worst. A drizzle of rain slowly coming down here now in Sydney South. Well, Justin, just before we do get started, obviously into Lions, the loss today will be 3 losses from 3. Is there anything in particular you want to see from them in this half just to get themselves back into this one?
Yes, well, we were talking off air, weren't we, just about the weight of pass into play. You'd like to see a bit better there, a bit more chemistry between the team as well. Yeah. And of course, that's going to be more challenging now with the drizzle.
Of course. And on a synthetic pitch here as well, you can expect the ball to slide. So conditions definitely not easy here for Interlions. Hurstville, the host here, as they get us underway, will definitely be more familiar with, I guess, how this pitch will hold up as well. Interlions doing the ball back quickly, and they send the ball right back the other way. So the Interlions running from left to right on your screens at home. Hurstville in their all-white strip running from right to left in the direction of the leisure centre, just off to the left of the screen. Interlions trying to assert themselves early in this half. Andrianakis, one of 2 players to be in the book so far today. Cross comes in from Ward, and Smith does get on the end of it after a deflection. Just can't quite get the power behind it to test Nikolovsky. And he sends the ball forward. Lakalandra trying to nod it on to fellow strike partner George Antonis. Interlions able to force a turnover there. Owen Duke now with the ball for Interlions. Armson trying to send a ball forward. Hurstville send it back the other way, and George Antonis trying to jostle for position. Interlions on hand to deal with that. Referee will pull it up for the injury. It looks like it's Matthew Morich. He's getting up just a bit gingerly. A little bit of a limp in his step, but thankfully he'll be able to continue without the intervention of his club's physios. Owen Duke will get us restarted from the drop ball. The number 7 jersey, which you don't always see, I guess, from a centre-back these days. Interlions. Opportunity to go forward again. It's another misplaced pass, something we did see quite often in the first half. Some of those quick passes going forward, just ending up behind the feet of their intended target. Clunas now expertly finding space. Back to Yamba. Schmal. Shapes to go to Duke. Starts to go the other way. It's back with Yamba. Ward. He's moved into a central role in this half. Saw him hugging the right flank more often than not in the first half as Michael Neal forces a turnover in Interlions midfield. Can't get enough control of it to beat Manjun. It'll be an Interlions throw.
Yeah, I was just about to say, with Ward, I've just been keeping an eye on him in the last few attacks, and he is floating, isn't he, in a central role.
And it looks like Andrianakis will take one wide spot. Freddie Clunas pushing forward as well. It's another backwards pass for Inter. Yamba able to gain control of it, and he finds Mitch Smith with ease. Now it's Andrianakis, chance to create something for Interlions. Doesn't come to anything though. And the tug on the back of Michael Neal will allow Hurstville to get a free kick. Andrianakis does need to be careful. As I said earlier, he's one of 2 players on a yellow card so far today. Michael Neal grabbing a hold of, looks like his knee. Sorry, it's him stretching his arm out. Looks like he's landed awkwardly on his shoulder. Would be a blow for Hurstville if he's unable to continue, but I guess some of the wide options they have on the bench today, players like Jesse Gagro, Andre Guzman could definitely fill that role, and got Nagib Kassir, one of the youngsters on the bench as well. And I guess if you're talking about the left-hand side, maybe an outside-the-box option, considering he's not an out-and-out winger, but still have Connor O'Toole to enter the fray.
Yep, indeed. Plenty of options. You got to say, it's quite a... the squad has plenty of depth, doesn't it?
So, especially for a newly promoted side, that is quite a stacked bench. Two names that stand out would, of course, be Michael Vackas and Connor O'Toole. Connor O'Toole with A-League experience, and Michael Vackas a regular for Sydney Olympic over the last couple of years.
Yep, there was that clip from the Australian Championship of a decent goal, wasn't there, as well?
Did get on the score sheet in the inaugural Australian Championship over the later months of last year. Was involved in that heated display against Norton City Excelsior as well in the Sydney Olympics final match. It's quite a coup for Hurstville United to be able to bring in someone of that calibre, and if we're talking about someone of that calibre, you've got to mention Connor O'Toole as well, of course. A mainstay in the A-League for several years. It's not exactly hitting his twilight yet or anything like that either. To have a player come in at a good age with the experience that he has. Be interesting to see what kind of role he plays off the bench too. Natural left back, it's Dean Estafiel in that position for Hurstville currently. Michael Neal back on his feet. I'll wait for the referee to say so before he re-enters play. Be a long ball off the free kick for Vlasilica. It's Lions trying to gain possession of it in the midfield. Owen Duke heads clear. Not far enough though. Hurstville possession on the edge of the box here. Lakalandra. Morridge now. Lakalandra on the turn. That's just over. Evan Davis may have been worried there for a sec. Does sail over in the end, but Hurstville really pushing for that second.
Yeah, and Lakalandra has a habit of getting that opportunity. We saw that as well in round one.
Ward trying to gain control of it in the midfield. 1-2 between Yamba and Manyun, and Yamba's able to win the foul, and Toner's just coming in late there. Talk about Coop for Hurstville as well. Lakalandra joining halfway through the 2025 season, and considering his status at Sydney United as maybe one of their brighter young stars, for them to be able to attract him while they're still in the third tier, that's some pull.
Indeed, it was. And a bit of a, I guess, benefit of being a Croatian club as well.
They do say they're sister clubs. Hurstville making sure they can
have a good relationship. I'm not sure that's sister club.
It's definitely a partnership that's been to Hurstville's benefit in that
From memory,
that move.
Miro Vlastowitzer was actually at Hurstville last year.
Hurstville with a throw in a dangerous position. Hurstville just trying to gain control in their 18-yard box. Starfield comes forward to whip the cross in. It was looking dangerous for a sec. It's cleared out of the 6-yard box by Inter Lions, and Evan Davis is able to come and collect it. Sorry to cut you off there, Justin. You were saying Miro Vlastowitzer was at Hurstville last year as well.
Yeah, before he rejoined Sydney United to coach their team.
Clearance from Matt Nikolovsky. Sheldon will get us restarted with a throw from Hurstville's right-hand side, and once again, referee Rowan Fisher making sure that throw-in's taken from the correct spot. That's a long throw in there from Sheldon. Does go straight to the back line of Inter Lions, but dangerous sign there. Another potential way forward for Hurstville as well. Armstead now at the throw for Inter Lions on the near touch line. Malcolm Ward goes backwards to Manyon. Duke able to step forward. Sideways pass to Sensi. Duke. Manyon. Inter Lions now finding their way forward. It's an over-the-top ball for Smith. And it's an awkward one for Nikolovsky. He's able to collect it. A lot of pressure coming there from Mitch Smith. Ahmed, today's goal scorer. Backwards to Marish. Vasilitsa. Wanting Neil to come forward for it. Neil looking sprightly now after that earlier injury scare. Stuffy will take the throw for Hurstville. Looking for Antonis. Antonis using his body to create some space for him. Does find Neil. Now it's Lakalandra in behind. Had space in between the two centre-backs for Inter. As Lakalandra tries to get that pass backwards for Neil. It does deflect off Duke, and it will be another corner for Hurstville. Just want to make a comment on the turnout here at Penshurst Park. Quite a decent crowd here tonight for Hurstville. They've been well supported as they've been promoted up to League One.
Yeah, it feels a bit like a family atmosphere as well, doesn't it?
Definitely a good atmosphere. A good night out. Good Friday night out for football as the cross comes in for Hurstville. Morich trying to get some space on the edge. Does deflect off referee Rowan Fisher though. And as referees are instructed to nowadays, it will bring it back for a drop ball. Players aren't too pleased about it, but fortunately that's the rule nowadays. Unfortunately or unfortunately.
Fortunately, they're no longer contested, are they? So.
Used to be a nice little spectacle back in the day when you had two people kind of fighting for it.
Yep, I agree.
It will be a drop ball for Inter Lions. Hurstville were expecting a long ball back to themselves. I think the referee will force that to be the case. Hurstville themselves will get the drop ball. Inter Lions will get the drop ball, and it will be sent back to Daniel Marish, who before Mohammed Ahmed's goal earlier today was Hurstville's lone goal scorer for the season. In that 1-1 draw last week with Radomi. Tussle for the ball there between Mustafiu and Smith. Smith does win the foul for his side. And it will be first substitution today. George Antonis, one making way for Hurstville. So despite Hurstville being a goal ahead, they will be the first ones to move to their bench. And it'll be Jonathan Marish to take his place. He'll move up top with Alessandro Lakalandra. So Lions get the throw. It's taken quickly. Go backwards to Duke. Back to Schmal. Ward. Duke with the long ball over the top. Looking for Clunas Uyamba. Smith drawing it back to his midfield. Smith now trying to find a turn. He gets a pass off to Armstrong. The cross comes in. And the spin on the ball means it doesn't go out straight away. So Stuffy will make sure that does go out for a throw. Rain easing up here at Penshurst Park. Slowly approaching the hour mark. And the goal today, still that excellently taken goal from the edge of the box from Mohammed Ahmed, and the Lions may have an opportunity to get a reply here. Ward. Back to Yamba. Sensi. Finds Smith on the edge of the box. Hurstville's able to alleviate the danger, and now Lakalundra found some space almost in behind into Lions back line. Schmale able to come across and cover for now, and smash! That is an excellent intervention from Inter Lions there. Looked like Owen Duke.
I was just going to say, Cody, it does look like Inter Lions have changed the way they're attacking in the second half. They're lining up in them as the 3-4-3.
It's a clear intent to find their way back into this one. A half-hearted clearance from Inter Lions there. First was able to pick it back up in the middle third of the pitch. Looking for that over the top ball again. Jonathan Marish trying to get on the end of it. It's out for a goal kick. It's a member of the Inter Lions bench on their feet now. Potentially getting ready to make way. Duke for Inter Lions. Another long ball over the top from Duke. Cleared away by Daniel Marish. Inter Lions get us restarted with the throw. Force backwards, back to Schmale. Yamba. Schmale. Yamba moving to maintain possession. Ward. Looking for space. Finds Ned Armstrong as a free man. Forward to Andrianakis. Andrianakis isn't able to get behind Vlastelica though. Armstrong will push right up the right-hand flank to take the throw. It comes in and it's almost at the feet of Smith. Manuan able to bring it down on the edge of the box. Bit of confusion there between who'll bring it down between him and Yamba. Yamba comes away with possession. And the sideways pass is given away back to Hurstville, but not for long. Inter Lions back with the ball through Yamba. Armstrong. Armstrong 1-on-1 with Estacio. Estacio wins that battle, and now it's Neil to take it forward. Yamba stopping Neil in his tracks. Hurstville do get the throw. Still movement on Inter Lions bench. A couple of members of the Hurstville squad being put through their paces too, as Declan Sheldon tries to find his way in behind. Cross comes in straight to the hands and feet of Davis. A bit of danger there from Hurstville. Haven't seen too many moments of them at least creating something. That's still been probably the dominant side, but Inter Lions making life much more difficult for them so far the second half.
Yeah, they seem more happy to sit back and quickly counter in the second half. Of course, I was going to mention Evan Davis, the Inter Lions keeper. Did have a spell at St George City, so he would be familiar with this ground.
That should pay. You'd hope it would pay dividends for Inter Lions, of course. Not yet, though. Still find themselves trailing 1-0. A wonderful Mohammed Ahmed goal, 17th minute mark. Turnover here. Michael Neal almost able to get away with it. The clearance from Inter Lions straight to Matt Nikolowski in Hurstville's goal. Daniel Marish bringing the ball forward. And Hurstville now with the ball in their attacking third. Not for long though. Inter Lions comes up top there. Strong defence from them and quick counter-attack. Clunas now has the space to work with. Cross comes in, looking for Andrianakis. That's cleared away by Vasilisa. Marish. Gagro. Haven't seen much of him in this half. It's a beautiful diagonal ball to find Michael Neal. Lakalandra is unable to get control of the loose ball. Will be a throw for Hurstville, but we'll have a momentary pause. Ned Armstrong going down with a knock. As some more subs get ready for Hurstville. Looks like it'll be Michael Vakis first up. Won't be introduced quite yet though. Throwing now for Hurstville. Jonathan Marish picks up the short throw. Has two Interlions players surrounding him. Tries to get a pass away, but it's Interlions that come out on top. I thought Interlions might have had the throw there, but it looks like it's taken a deflection off one of their own. And now the sub will be made. So it will be Michael Vakis to enter the fray, someone who we pointed out earlier, Justin. High profile name for Hurstville and someone who can definitely have an impact on this match. And it looks like it will be Captain Paul Gagro, who's been a little bit quiet in the second half. And he will make way for the former Sydney Olympic striker. May constitute a little bit of reshuffling here. Gagro playing a bit further wide. Vakis, a natural striker. Throw comes in. Lakalandra trying to rise highest for it. That'll be Vakis' first involvement of the match. Shots deflected and Davis thought he was able to keep that going from over the touchline. Referee, maybe the linesman more so as to judge that to have gone over the line in its entirety. It will be a corner for Hurstville. So an immediate impact of sorts for Vakis. Ahmed. Short pass back. Sheldon. On the halfway line for Hurstville. Launches a long ball forward. Vakis continually trying to get involved. Back on the ball. Back to Ahmed. And the return pass to Vakis goes over the far touchline, be a throw for Inter.
Bit of a weird set piece, that one, wasn't it?
A little bit. Not often you do see corners go immediately, or almost immediately, back to the halfway line. Hurstville probably just trying to make sure they maintain possession moving forward, hold on to this 1-0 lead. Into their defence, they're still creating chances. And they're still not allowing Interlions much space going forward. Maybe a different case here, a cheap foul giveaway there. That'll be our third booking of the match, the second going to Hurstville. And that's Daniel Marish in the book. Professional foul, of course. He had to make that. Interlions won't be happy with it though, but they do get a set piece opportunity out of it. Looks like it'll be Clunas to stand over this one. Now 68 minutes gone in our Football New South Wales League 1 match of the round. Hurstville, our host here at Penshurst Park. Still lead 1-0 to Interlions. Cross comes in from Clunas. Cleared away by Hurstville. Armson's able to pick it up on the opposite touchline. Ward. The cross in. Almost finds Nikolovsky off his line. Nikolovsky was looking back awkwardly there. Don't know if he quite had his ankles covered, but didn't matter in the end anyway. Did sail over, but won't say a worrying moment, but definitely had him on edge a little bit. And into Lions make their first trip to the bench today. It will be Freddie Clunas. Player brought off. Into Lions. Let's get us restarted. Maybe a little bit of sleep there at the back after making that sub. This is James Curry, the entrant for Inter Lions. Hurstville got us started quickly there and almost caught Inter Lions napping.
Yeah, that would have been something. Change 17. The Inter Lions coach will be focusing on in training during the week. They paid the price for quite a few defensive lapses last weekend.
That would have been quite the defensive lapse itself, and danger still not alleviated. Cross comes in, looking for Lakalundra. Shouts of handball, it's not given by the referee. Hurstville still with the ball. Manyun going down with a late challenge, and the referee will bring that for a foul of James Curry, and that's his first involvement of the match. Be to give up a free kick in quite a dangerous spot for Hurstville as well. Goes over to Matthew Morich to make sure he's okay.
These disruptions are definitely playing into Hurstville's hands more than into Lions at this stage.
Hurstville, you can see when they're getting throw-ins as well, they're happy for player to slow down. Michael Neal with the outswinger from his left foot, drives it instead. And Morich facing the edge of the box, trying to shape up for a shot. Into Lions on hand to alleviate that danger. Sheldon, cross comes in for Hurstville. Once again, cleared by Inter Lions, but not too far. Neal with the ball again. Finds Morich. Approaching the 6-yard box, tries to get the cutback. And he's tumbled over the byline by Owen Duke, who goes to make sure his opponent is still okay. Heavy challenge there. Not quite foul worthy, but you'll definitely feel those.
Yeah, it's one area of the pitch where there isn't much room between the playing field and the fence.
I think that's where Morich did end up as well. Straight into the fence. Lions get us restarted. For those playing at home as well, Blacktown Spartans, who currently are on 10 men, still lead Hakoah 1-0 at home at Blacktown Sports Park. It's Lions trying to work their way back into this one. 1-0 down themselves. And cross-come shot there from Ned Armson. May have had Nikolowski worried. Nikolowski so far today showing signs of someone who's happy to come off his line a little bit, and a couple of worrying moments where it looks like he's going to get caught out, but hasn't as yet. Sub here for Inter Lions. There's Patrick Sibilio enters the fray. Duke trying to get himself back into his natural position. Sibilio man to enter the fray, and James Curry trying to create something there for Inter Lions. Ward now with the ball. Had Marish approaching him. Duke, who's moved into a wider role now. It's been sent forward.
Yep, we've really seen that versatility we were touching on in the first half.
Duke, who started to match in centre back, now being utilised as a winger.
Yeah.
How's that for a position combination?
I think you'll find he's played in many more positions as well.
So it looks like Brian Yumba will take his place at centre back. with the ball now as the Lions try and create something themselves. Pass forward. Doesn't come to much though. Schmal on hand to deal with the long ball going forward. Davis. Long ball from Davis. Hurstville trying to gain possession in the middle of the park. Happy to be physical for it, and they almost win that battle until the ball does run out of play. The Lions do get the throw. And it looks like it'll be a triple sub. This time potentially for Hurstville. So it'll be a double substitution. As Lakalandra is one of the players to make way.
Jesse Gabriel will be the player to come on there.
Jesse Gabriel taking his place. Straight swap there up top. So wait for confirmation on who will be the second player to come off for into Lions, and Andre Guzman will be the second player to enter, replacing goal scorer Mohamed Ahmed. And off and into Lions throw. Hurstville almost getting an immediate turnover. Jesse Gagro getting right into the thick of it, and it probably speaks to the depth as well that Hurstville do have. Talk about that high press at the start of the game, and it looks like Jesse Gagro and Marish coming in will continue that as shot comes through for Hurstville. Wayward one in the end from Dean Starfield. Maybe not the person you think of ideally in shooting positions. Defender, of course, by trade. Had a good goal at that.
Of course, Jesse and his brother Paul were one club men as well.
Paul Gagro. He's been here for 13 years. 16 years, sorry. And Jesse Gagro is himself pushing for 200 first grade appearances. Sheldon finds Vacus, who looks like he's taken position up on that left-hand flank, and Gagro for an immediate impact. And that was fantastic intervention there from Armson. Okay, Paul Gagro, 16th season at the club as a junior, and grandfather was one of the founding members of the club too. So cross comes in over the top of Davis, able to handle that with ease. Gagro family clearly have a long history at Hurstville, and I'm sure it'll please many members of the family to see the position that the club's in right now. Bit of back and forth between the two sides. Bit of head tennis. Curry looking for a diagonal ball, only finds an opponent. Morich the one making that interception. He wins the ball back there again as well. Tries to find Bacchus coming forward, and now it'll be a staff member from Hurstville to go into the book. Into Lions with the throw. Manyun. Can't quite get the ball forward, and Hurstville will get another opportunity. Bacchus with the pressure on, he's brought down by Yamba. He's in an awkward position. It will only be a yellow card on this occasion, possibly for the touch that was made. Was going slightly away from goal. And I think that's Brian Yamba's saving grace, because if Bacchus had that run targeted any closer to goal, he could have very easily seen red there.
Yeah, he did well. There we conceded the foul to kind of close it down. A much needed intervention as well.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Does leave himself in an awkward position as we play out the last 12 minutes plus any stoppage time Rowan Fisher wants to introduce. Brian Younger will need to see that out on a yellow card. So decent position here for Hurstville as well. Get the free kick from. Not many players in the box though. Bacchus, Guzman and Gagro, 3 of substitutions. The only ones being lined up in the box, and it'll go to Morich on the edge. That does sail over the bar. A couple of groans from the stands for that one. Not the best of shots taken, but it's a nice little set piece routine. As Curry trying to get in behind the Hurstville back line. Estathiou, the one to clear the ball away. Malcolm Ward with the throw. Manyun trying to find a teammate. Hurstville counter-attacking opportunity. Neil. No options in the box for him as of yet. There's 3 late runners. Cross does come in. And it's claimed with a bit of ease by Davis. 10 minutes to go here at Penshurst Park. Still as we came into the second half, Hurstville 1 into Lions 0. Thanks to that earlier goal from Mohamed Ahmed around the 17th minute mark. Into Lions trying to find a way forward again. Deflection comes off the head of Ned Armson. Being thrown for Hurstville. If we're looking at Inter going forward as well, their run doesn't get any easier. We've got Northern Tigers next week, albeit at home, and then out to Popondetta Park to face Western City Rangers and Newcastle Jets after that. So difficult period coming up for Inter Lions, considering the position they leave themselves in, as Bacchus is able to launch counter-attack for Hurstville. Can't quite get past Yumbo and almost gets a cutback. Does go straight to Evan Davis though.
Yeah, just on that run, there are no easy games in this division, to use a coaching cliche.
Gagro brought down a little bit overzealous from Inter Lions. Referee happy to wave that away though. Another physical 50-50 there, which goes away of Inter Lions this time. Vlastelissa, the identified culprit in that interaction. And it's left Owen Duke, who, as we said earlier, has moved into a winger role, or a wide midfielder, maybe more so, after starting the game at centre-back. It's left him a little bit worse for wear. Back on his feet quickly, though. It's just a knock.
Definitely a more fitting of the shirt number as well.
And number 7, someone who you usually expect in one of those wide areas, definitely not a centre-back. Cross comes in for Inter Lions. It's cleared away by Daniel Marish. Inter Lions lining up the 18-yard box with potential receivers of the ball, but Inter Lions choose to go backwards. Yamba waiting for options to be made available going forward. Scavilio. Ward. Looks like Ward's moved into a full-back position now as well. Diagonal ball's cut out by Sheldon. Inter Lions going to throw in decent position. Sensei comes up to take. Once again, Inter Lions have about 4 members of their squad in the 18-yard box. Scavilio lingering around the edge too. It will be a long throw from Sensei. Sheldon rises highest for Hurstville. Clear that out for another throw. Throwing this time, unable to be controlled. Hurstville happy to see that go behind for a goal kick. Once again, Hurstville happy to take their time with a restart. Only about 6 minutes of regular time here. Hurstville, who, well, they've dominated possession in the second half. Probably haven't dominated the chances as much as they would have liked. And maybe just happy to see this one out. Sheldon looking for a forward ball. Finds Vakis. Vakis goes from distance. Straight to Evan Davis in the end, but shows the confidence that Hurstville are playing with still. Not too many clear-cut chances in the second half, but definitely still on top for the time being. One goal for Interlions could change everything though. Long ball over the top. Duke will chase that one down. Nikolovsky happy to put on a bit of theatrics too to get on top of that ball. Long ball for Hurstville. Still happy to play direct when the opportunity presents itself. And as much as they're happy to slow the game down, if given the opportunity, I'm sure they'll be happy to double their lead as well.
Of course, we touched on Inter's run to come with games. Hurstville have Western City Rangers next week and Bulls FC Academy in the next couple.
As you said, there are no easy games this division, and that Western City Rangers game as well, considering one side is a relegated top flight side and the other one's come up from League 2. Probably wouldn't guess it with the form going into that match, which one's which, would you?
Yeah, definitely. I think the Bulls FC Academy will be one I circled personally. It's an interesting clash.
Depending on how Hurstville go into that game, it could almost be one that decides what is usually a large title race in this division. Foul there from Hurstville. Referee Ron Fisher getting on top of that. The last season, Football New South Wales League 1 competition probably had a 7-way title race going into the last 2 or 3 games, which was quite incredible to see, and well, who wouldn't want that drama again this year? Number of sides that could do it too. Ward with the ball for Interlions. Finds Sibilio. Sibilio just overstretches that to find the pass, and now it's Vakis. Standing as defender at 1-on-1. Gets around Ward. Neil supporting him. Neil had Vakis to utilise in the overlapping run. Neil still with the ball. Gets the cross in and deflects off the head of Smale. Will be a Hurstville corner.
While we're waiting for the corner to be taken, of course there's no League 1 men's games stream this weekend over Saturday and Sunday, but we do have UNSW against SD Raiders.
That is our match of the round for the NPL New South Wales.
Yeah,
both sides who were in this competition
based
just
on
last year.
Season, it should be a great game.
Cross comes in for Hurstville. It's punched away by Davis. Vakis chasing onto the loose ball. Sibilio for Inter on his tail. And Vakis happy to see that one out. Telling the ball boy to hold up. Giving it to a potential thrower as well. Referee encouraging Hurstville to get us restarted as Sheldon half-hearted jog towards the ball. Hurstville definitely happy to see this one out. Shaped up for the long throw and looks like it'll be brought back for a foul throw. The linesmen are judging that to have not gone completely behind the head of Sheldon, and into Lions again, utilising their bench. It will be Antonio Carana to enter the fray. I believe. So we just wait for confirmation on who it was that has made way for Interlions. Looks like it was Alessio Sensi. Diagonal ball. Searching for Curry. Curry's able to get it, and Estacio making sure he can't get past him, but Interlions for a bit of intricate passing play to find themselves in behind that first line of defence for Hurstville. Not past the second though. Vakis trying to find his way forward, picked up by Manyun. Chance now for Inter Lions to go forward. Looking for the cutback. Referee judges that not to have gone over the line. A clearance from Hurstville means Inter Lions do get a throw. 1 minute of regular time remaining here at Penshurst Park. Hurstville still 1 goal to the good over Inter Lions. Long throw from Manyun. Cleared away by Hurstville. Long ball over the top, and Gagro will chase that one down. Sorry, Neil will chase that one down. Nyamba comes out on top in that battle. Trying to find the forward pass. Jonathan Marish. Make sure they can't go too far forward. And Bacchus going from distance there. Doesn't go near the goal, and looks like it was already out of play anyway. Not sure if that was a clearance or an attempted goal, but won't matter in the end anyway. Approaching the 90-minute mark here, and Hurstville win a foul just on top of their defensive third. Should Hurstville see this result out, which by all accounts look like they're going to as well, Justin. In the 15th meeting between these two sides, this will be the first time, at least in league meetings, that Hurstville win. 14 games in their history, all played between 2006 and 2012. And Inter Lions won all but one, which finished in a 0-0 draw.
Good stat, mate.
Obviously the first meeting between these two sides since 2012. Gagro trying to hold up the ball there. Does go out, and there's a little bit of afters here. Maybe a bit of frustration boiling over. Referee getting in between to make sure it doesn't escalate. I think considering some of the challenges we've seen tonight, it's definitely been a physical affair, but you've got to say Rowan Fisher's done a good job at managing the temperament of both sides.
Yeah, definitely.
Tick into the second minute of injury time here. Hurstville still 1 goal to the good. Trying to see if they can fashion out another chance to double their lead. But even if they don't, I think they'll take a first win in their league campaign. Another clean sheet and continuing an undefeated run. Manyun sending the ball forward. Time running out for Inter Lions. Sheldon making sure Inter Lions can't restart quickly as the ball chuckles over for an Inter Lions throw. And it's a long throw from Manyun. But straight to Sheldon, who doesn't quite get his bearings, and it'll be a member of the Inter Lions coaching staff this time to go in the book. Inter Lions quickly with the throw. Cross comes in, and Nikolovsky will claim that and take all the time he's allowed to. Throw goes out to Estathiou. Neil sends the ball forward. Nikolovsky calling for Hurstville to get the ball forward and away from danger and see this one out in their attacking third. They may get an opportunity here. Pass one, pass the other. That is a great save there from Davis. That would have been some goal. Will be a corner for their efforts for Hurstville. As Mikey Manyun struggling to get to his feet after that. This is a great opportunity for Hurstville to run down the seconds. 3 minutes of injury time played so far. Hurstville making sure Inter Lions players are as far back from the set piece as they should be. They almost beat Yamba there. Do give away a goal kick. Inter Lions need to be quick here. Time slowly running out. A lovely little flick on from Curry. And Duke. Ball holding up for him. Chance to cross it in. It's brought down by Inter Lions. Space on the edge of the box. Sibilio. Brought down the edge of the box. It'll be a free kick, and this is a late opportunity for Inter Lions to get something out of this match.
Great position for a free kick here.
be intriguing to see who steps up, and you can only imagine they're going to go from goal here. Into Lions. All members of their squad in the 18-yard box for this one. And frankly, everyone that's still on the field, aside from Evan Davis, is essentially in Inter Lions attacking third. Malcolm Ward and Mikey Manuan, the ones to sit back for Inter Lions. Brian Yamba and James Curry stepping over this one for Inter Lions. Do we have late drama here? 5th minute of added time here at Penshurst Park. 1 goal in it. Can Inter Lions, possibly against the odds as well, considering how this one's played out, work their way back? Point on offer if James Curry is able to get his angles right here. Curry steps up, straight into the wall. On the second go, straight into the hands of Nikolovsky, who clears it as the ref blows for full time. Happy to celebrate that as if it was the goal itself. And after a late scare there from Inter Lions, Hurstville do see out the 1-0 result for their first win of the season. Justin, what a display we had from Hurstville today.
Yeah, look, they didn't look in too much danger after taking the lead. They controlled the game like it was their 10th win here instead of their first. So,
and a little bit of arguments going on following that between the two sides. Doesn't look like it'll escalate any further, and Rowan Fisher making sure everyone moves on. Looks like Jesse Gagro is trying to have some conversations, but yeah, it looks like everyone's shaking hands now, which is what we want to see, of course. So a brilliant display from Hurstville. As much as maybe in the second half, the chances weren't exactly there consistently, you could say. It's still an impressive defensive display from them. But into Lions, that is 3 losses from 3 to start the season, unfortunately, from them. Going through somewhat of an injury crisis as well, the headline of that being DePizio went down with an anterior cruciate ligament in round 1, of course. So wish him all the best in his recovery as Inter Lions make their way to the change rooms. And it'll be back to the drawing board for them. But a happy night out for the hosts. Hurstville Zagreb, 1-0 winners here at Penshurst Park over Inter Lions for your Football New South Wales League 1 match of the round. Thank you so much for joining us. My name's Cody Ojeda. I've been joined by Justin Smith. Hope you all have a wonderful Friday evening and enjoy the weekend ahead.